All right, joined again on the Coalition 936 podcast, coming together for a better community. We get a 2-for-1 special with the active drug free all star season that we've had. We have a senior at Hudson High School, Emma Arrington, no stranger to the podcast. Emma, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
She demanded to be back, so our agents got together. We agreed to that. And Madeline Simmons, Madeline, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Can't complain. I know you hate. I don't think I've told you this. Maybe we interviewed you, but I've known you since you were a wee tall, so it feels weird that you're a senior. I
Yes.
know. I just had to be. I know you hear that. Both of y'all hear that this time of year. But anyway, cool seeing the great things both of y'all have done. First off, tell us about this year in general. First, whoever wants to take it, and then the other can follow. Just what it's been like being a drug-free all-star mixed with COVID, mixed with your classes. Just however y'all want to take that. What have you thought so far? Your experiences as a whole.
Well, all of our meetings have been virtual, so we have missed out a little bit on the cool experiences that Drug Free All Stars have gotten to do in the past. But we have had many great opportunities to just get involved in our community and just help raise awareness for being drug free, just for all the youth in our community. And it's just been super fun to meet a bunch of new people that want to do the same thing. Like Emma said, we couldn't really meet in person this year, which that kind of sucks. But we have been like doing online Zooms and stuff, and we really we've got a lot of community opportunities, and we work with a lot of kids, so that's been really fun this year.
And Madeline, not to put you on the spot too much, but do you remember? Again, this all time is a blur. It's just a myth. But you remember? Was that your junior year? You came in, you did some tobacco prevention stuff, or was that pre-COVID? I know it had to have been pre-COVID, but do you like speaking to the youngsters too about tobacco prevention?
Yes, I love any opportunity I get to work with kids and speak with them about tobacco prevention, alcohol, and drugs. I just love working with kids, and I hope that they get our message. So it's always fun.
Yeah, Emma, we heard from you on the last podcast that we had with you. We talked some about your story and why you're passionate, but just to both of y'all tell us what makes you passionate, why you wanted to be a drug-free all-star. I mean, yeah, it looks great. We always joke with the people that we interview. Oh, yeah, great, looks great in a college resume, but it's about so much more than that. So, Emma, why were you passionate about getting the drug-free message out there?
Well, drugs and alcohol are just becoming more and more prevalent among high schoolers and even younger age kids like middle school and elementary. And it's just kids look to the high schoolers as role models, and it was up to us to just get involved into their lives and just be intentional with every kid that we meet in hopes of helping them to never get involved with drugs and alcohol. And it just really starts young, and I think that they look up to high schoolers as a role model.
And Madeline, that way with you too. I know having worked with your mom in the past, and I joked, knowing you since you're a wee tall, you're like, Mom, come on, I know. But it's obviously worn off on you somehow. So what makes you so passionate about getting the message out?
Well, in my family, there's on both sides, there's a lot of drug and alcohol addiction. And I've really seen how that's just completely torn a family apart. And I also lost a very close friend due to underage drinking and driving. So I'm very passionate about that. And I just knew that those were not things that I wanted to take part in, and that I wanted to prevent other people from doing so too. It's amazing.
So speak to what you did recently with you did a lot of things. That's why we have you on the show, obviously. But tell us about Operation Sticker Shock. Kind of paint the picture, so to speak, to use a radio term. Just what you did, because I wasn't able to make it there that day, but I know the general process. So Emma, and for those that don't know what Operation Sticker Shock is, what is that, Emma, and what did y'all do that day?
Well, we went around to all Brookshire Brothers and a lot of the gas stations in Angelina County, and we put stickers on domestic beer saying to like trying to prevent drinking and driving, and just facts about it, and basically just a visual on the beer just to help people to stop and think before buying it or providing it to my.
Mhm. And from a sense of being a high school senior, like Madilyn mentioned, unfortunately, that personal story, Madilyn, how much of a difference do you think something like that could? We never know the full impact of what we could do, but how much of a difference would it make if a young person or someone providing alcohol to a young person would see a message like that?
I think it would make a big difference just because the stickers we have on there, we're just trying to spread the message about prevention, and we hope that it does make a difference, and they do think before they buy for minors, and just think about their consequences of the actions they have. So that's what we hope for in Project Sticker Shock.
And again, I'm not out here outing anybody. Okay. We're in this balance here. I'm not out here to name names or anything like that. But with y'all's experience being a high school senior and obviously a high school student for a while, first off, Madilyn, how prevalent still is? I mean, I see the stats, and yeah, I was young too one day, but y'all know the current culture. So, Madilyn, first with you, just underage drinking still an issue out there, I imagine.
Oh yeah, um, in schools, in church, believe it or not, and everywhere. I mean, you just have to, what I had to do was I just had to find the right people that would support my decision not to drink, not to smoke, not to do drugs. And that's just where I went. And then I joined great groups like Timberwolves Against Tobacco and Drug Free All Stars. But it's very much still an issue, and a very costly issue that people lose their lives to every day. So, yeah.
And Emma, as we joked on the other podcast, I remembered you when you were a sixth grader too. And Madilyn, I'm sure she didn't tell you this, but she totally forgot who I was. I said I came into your classroom, and she totally forgot. Anyway, we joked about that. But Emma, what is it tough? Like some of the stuff Madilyn talked about, is it tough? I imagine. I guess I kind of know the answer. Been tough being a young person, the pressures you go under, that you're out there making this big stand against drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. I imagine at some point that has to be at least a little bit tough.
Oh, yes, it's super tough. Like, no one will go through their high school years without seeing it and being offered it and being peer pressured or trying to be peer pressured into it. It's really hard to just make the choice to just stand up and say no, because you will be the odd person out. You will be in the minority, and it's a big choice. But like Madilyn said, like if you have the community around you and the right group of friends building you up and supporting your decision, it makes it a lot easier to say no and be drug free.
Also, to tell another story here, when we went to the Boys and Girls Club recently, we had a week where we talked about different things. And one of those days, I was there just to see that everything was okay. And obviously, it was with y'all being there, but discuss that and how fun that was, because I know talking to y'all beforehand and seeing the controlled madness it was at time with some of the young girls that y'all were with in a good way. I mean, young people are going to be young people. Just I guess first off, Madilyn, tell us about how fun that was, because it seemed like y'all were having a good time teaching the young ladies there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. They had a lot of big personalities in the room, so it was fun to get to know each and every one of the kids, and it was fun to interact with the kids because they had a lot of questions for us about what we were teaching, the messages about drug and alcohol prevention. So it was really fun.
Emma, what was the wildest question, if you don't mind saying? Do you remember? I don't want to put you on the spot too much, like because when I came in to paint the picture, I was going back and forth between Taha was in there with Dulce. I was in the boys' room and going to y'all's room. I came in one time and balls were just being thrown here and there. Did they ask you any crazy questions?
They had a lot of questions about the vocabulary, like in the word searches and crossword puzzles. And someone asked me if we thought it was cool to do drugs, and we were like, no, we don't. Like, do you think it's cool to do drugs? And basically, it was really surprising, but they were talking about that some of their friends are already doing drugs. And
Hmm.
so we were just trying to be personal with them and just telling them, like, it's not cool, even though your friends may tell you it is. Stick to your guns and listen to us, because we've been around longer, I guess, and we know what's right from wrong. And just really tried to make like a personal connection with those girls because I don't know, people wouldn't really listen to someone walking in and just telling them what to do without like making a connection and truly being friends with them. I don't know. It was just wild to see that they're already encountering drugs at such a young age.
So last couple questions. I guess Madilyn first. Did being an all-star live up to what you wanted it to be? Again, I know it's different, and y'all are going to do some in-person activities. Hopefully, I'm not getting the cat out of the bag there, but did it live up to everything you wanted to be? Because y'all are obviously two of the more active ones. But first with you, Madilyn, what did you think, and what do you think you got out of this?
I thought being an all-star was a great experience. I have done so much in my community, and I've met so many different people. I've connected with kids and youth, and like I said, that's something I'm very passionate about is youth prevention. So that was really a great experience for me. And I think even though that it wasn't the same with COVID, I think that there wasn't any loss. We're still getting to do everything that they said we were going to do, and it's been super fun this year. So,
What about you, Emma? How did it live up to your expectations? How is it different from what you might have thought going in?
Oh, it definitely lived up to everything that it was made out to be. We had the same exact experiences, just with the mask and some virtual things that Miss Abby and everyone at the coalition just really made sure that it was here and that we got to have as many opportunities as possible just to get involved in our community and connect with people and just meet some super amazing people. Like we've got to listen to several judges and just people that are just living their lives trying to make a difference, and it was just really inspiring to all of us for sure.
Now, Madilyn, what's next? What's the plans? College? What do you want to do?
yes, college is next. So I am looking into attending Stephen F. Austin State University next year. So
How do you do it? My wife was a lumber. I can't. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. There you go. What do you want to get into? Sorry, I'm going to cut you off there, Madilyn.
right now I'm looking into being a real estate agent, and I'm just gonna go for a general until I figure out what I want to do. But that's the plan for right now. So,
Emma, for you?
Well, I'll be going to Texas A&M in the fall. Currently, I'm majoring in biochemistry because I really don't know exactly what I want to be yet, except that I just want to help people and just serve and just have a new day every day. I don't want to like sit in an office, but I'm thinking about being a vet or a physical therapist, but I'm not sure yet.
Amen. That's a great message. All right, finally, I have to get this. I thought of this halfway through, but I was like, I didn't want to interrupt the great flow we had. So y'all are driving while we're doing this, right?
No.
We're sitting in the car. We're about to go play tennis.
Because I thought I heard some in the way the phone was moving and twisting. I was like, do we have like a carpool karaoke, like James Corden thing going? Okay, so
yeah, we definitely wouldn't want to be critical with the texting and driving thing.
Yeah. Okay. No, I assume that, but I was just for those that are watching, I was like, okay, just to make sure they are staying put. They're good, responsible teams and drug-free all-stars. Hey, thank y'all so much. Don't be a stranger. Let us know if you ever need anything, and keep getting that drug-free message out there. Okay. Thank you much.
Thank you so much.
That's Emma and Madilyn here on the Coalition 936 podcast.